Hello, welcome back. It's Monday the 5th of August. New week, first video of the week. Nearly never did it because I'm nursing a bit of a hangover from the weekend after going to, finding myself at a couple of parties from the Gay Pride weekend in Brighton. I'm not gay, but I'm quite proud of the effort that was made. That was pretty, well, the whole city was hundreds of parties all over the place. I mean, it's hard to resist, you know. I wasn't going to do anything, and I ended up in about three or four, and got in very late, and it was great. You know, the city was one big rainbow. Lots of people having a really, really good time. So it's infectious. So yeah, it's good. It's on again next year, so feel free to put that date in your diary next August. I missed the parade, unfortunately. I've actually not managed to. I've managed to miss the parade for the last 2 years. It would have been good to see it, but apparently it was completely buzzing, and the roads were absolutely, you know, I put one party from 12 o'clock onwards. So maybe I'll have a look at it next year. Maybe I'll even be in it next year. I've seen some of the outfits though. I don't think I'll get away with some of the things that some of the guys were wearing. I mean, that's all part of the fun, isn't it? What the costumes? They've probably got this thing in their wardrobe which it's only ever allowed out on that one day. You couldn't imagine. You couldn't possibly go, you know, wear it in any other situation other than at the Gay Pride event or one of the other Pride events around the country. But yeah, it was very hard to be a bigot or a fucking gay hater amongst all that. You know, I bet fucking would. Even the sort of smallest of minds would have had a good time. So, yeah, congratulations to them, and thanks for the headache. So, going from me having a good time, or, you know, one thing on the weekend being a good, what am I trying to say? From one good thing to one bad thing, unfortunately, because obviously I'm doing the news, but. What is it? The weekend, mass shootings. Sorry to bring the party down, but mass shootings in America, which is pretty much fucking standard, isn't it? Really, you know, it's kind of a lottery. If you live in America, it's a lottery, isn't it? Really. How most, you know, how most people still support the gun laws and everything over there is fucking. It's beyond belief, really. You know, the reason they can't get this, the time is to ban guns, isn't it, in America? But I read something at one of the other many shootings that there was over 320 million guns in amongst the population. That's more than, I mean, the population is around 250 million. There's 320 million guns around the population, so there's more guns than there is people. So you can blame fucking mental health until you, or whatever else, or, you know, crazy dudes and all that kind of stuff until you fucking blue in the face. But and most cases they are, of course, they're fucking nuts. They're obviously balmy nuts. Even if they've got an agenda, they're still fucking nuts for thinking that it's worth, or that they can and should do it. You know. Even if they're on this fucking righteous path of, you know, well, this guy saying he's doing the fucking, you know, want to stop the people coming across the borders from Mexico. He thinks he's on a righteous path. Everybody else thinks he's fucking nuts. So, where somebody else might just be, you know, blatantly mental and not have any kind of reason for, or any kind of motive or anything at all. But if you've got fucking guns, that many guns around, if you are mental, it's not hard to find a fucking gun, is there? If there's 320 million of them about. I mean, there's probably, how hard is it to find a gun in those circumstances? They're almost fucking, you know, in every house or and then you got every house thinks they need to have one to protect themselves against everybody else. So it's a vicious circle. When will they learn, or when will they ever fucking change the fucking laws. The people need to do like mass protests and don't stop until fucking somebody does something about it. Don't go to work. Fuck it. But how they would deal with it, who knows? But even the people in Texas are saying it's fucking, blaming mental health and moving it away from any kind of anything to do with the gun laws and stuff. So, the people are psychos, and then they're saying it's coming down from Donald Trump because of his rhetoric around, around his racial hatred or stoking racial hatred and stuff like that. And he's saying it's not. Well, I mean, you can't directly blame him, but at the end of the day, his policies or if you're going to use divide and rule kind of fucking politics, then what do you expect when you get somebody who fucking is antagonised by the other side? That's his politics to win the fucking election, isn't it? To divide people, and then, it's standard old fucking basic political manoeuvre, or that he's using us against them, create the situation, win the election, and he's coming from that side of things, which obviously affects all these people on that side. So, the minorities copped it, and fucking the Mexicans just got random people. The same as what happened in New Zealand. So, anyway, I'm no expert. I'm not a politician or fucking any kind of school. This is coming from somebody talking of fucking with common sense, and I bet there's millions and millions and millions of Americans who also talk the same, but fucking nobody's doing anything about it. So unfortunately, that's mass shooting as according to that August weekend, but there'll probably be another one next weekend. Apparently there's been more mass shootings this weekend than I can't remember. There's been a lot already this year, so don't expect that to stop anytime soon. Just worry, makes you worried when you fucking want to go to America. Look at those people in Las Vegas visiting on holiday and everything else. The next thing you know, you're fucking in a line of fire. So what's this one? Oh yeah, so on the same theme, I was talking about, so anti-gun celebrities have been accused of hypocrisy after attending a lavish party thrown by the owner of one of the world's biggest weapons producers. A-list stars including supermodel Naomi Campbell, Dame Joan Collins, Hugh Grant attended the 90th birthday of Gaston Glock last Friday, the billionaire inventor of the Glock pistol, at his bash in the Austrian Alps. And these people have previously spoke out about the horrors of gun crime and stuff like that. So, what the fuck are they doing there anyway? You know what I mean? Are they really fucking pals with a 90-year-old billionaire from America who invented a Glock pistol, who's in the Australian Alps? You know what I mean? I fucking find it very hard to get to my best mate's birthday parties when they're a few hours away. You know what I mean? But these people make it their business to get to like a fucking party in the Australian Alps by a billionaire that they probably have got fucking don't even know, and it will know him. It's a fucking, again, it's another fucking back scratching event, isn't it? It's all about like what they're gonna get out of it. I can't imagine for a fucking moment that they're all pals. It's all about networking, like, again, and it's like, going against, and the fact is they're all millionaires anyway. So what more can you want to get out of it? It's, Anyway, they know what they're doing there. I just think it's a little bit, and unfortunately for them, that it's landed on that fucking weekend of the mass shooting. But there's a mass shooting almost on a fucking regular basis anyway. So, it's not like it's fucking unusual that a mass shooting happened on the same weekend that they happened to go to a weapon manufacturer's birthday party. Anyway, okay, so moving on. Naomi Campbell, she must be just doing the party scene, because she was just at that one the other day, wasn't she? The one in the Google one. In Italy, and she must have just buzzed from there in a private jet over to the other one as well. What's going on there? Sorry, that bollocks, something fucking popped up on the screen and I couldn't see what was going on, so I'm not going to carry on talking in case it cut off. So anyway, I have to blend them together. The jetpacks are back on. The Daredevil Frankie Zapata made it across the channel on his jet-powered hoverboard. Good news, because they need to be fucking... Apparently he sells them, so you can actually buy these things. So unfortunately I can't afford them. But I don't know whether you can, how you can legally use them. You know, are you able to just fly across? He's done it on Breaking a Record, but are you allowed to just fly across the channel as you please? Maybe not. But he had to stop halfway anyway and get a refuel. But the good news is that jetpacks are now still a possibility. As I said before, you might have seen one of my other videos, but jetpacks, what the fuck, you know, who would rather ride a jetpack than a car to work? You know, solves parking. You know, you don't need parking outside your house. You don't need parking outside work. You can fuck about like that. Carry it in and out of work. It's on your back, innit? And it's cool as fuck. You won't be giving many people any lifts, but that's another good thing, isn't it? You ain't got to drop anybody off. You know, they can come along in their jetpack, you fly together or something. Or if you're with a, you know, with your, or taking a girl or whatever, you can do the Superman and hold hands and fly across to France on a romantic jetaway or something like that. Oh, the future's bright with that one. Hopefully it happens soon, but I doubt it'll be. We'll be doing it in my lifetime, but still. Anyway, moving on. Another downer. Britain is set to be battered by 4 Atlantic storms in 2 weeks. A 1,200-mile wide wet weather system will hit today. I fucking saw some of it today as well. It was pissing down this morning, wasn't it? I thought, oh, it's God. You don't need that when you got hangover. And then luckily it brightened up this afternoon, so it was pretty cool then. But now, August, and I wasn't, you know, I'm not going on holiday in August, I don't think. Maybe I will. Well, I fucking will now. It's going to get even worse. More storms smash into fucking drama. Smash into the UK, lashing the nation with 50-mile-an-hour winds. Jesus. But the forecast says things will then pick up with a roasting 31 degrees, making it the hottest August for 15 years. So, bit of a mixed bag there. 2 weeks of pissing down, and then you can have your 31 degrees. So, you know, got to take the rough with the smooth on that one, by the looks of it. The only pisser is if you stick around for the 2 weeks in the rain and then go on holiday, and then you miss the 2 weeks, you know, you want to kind of... I'm saying that some people don't like the sun anyway, do they? Right. McDonald's straws. McDonald's new eco-friendly paper straws, which cannot be recycled. So McDonald's across multi-million fucking pound changed all their straws, didn't they, to this eco-friendly, you know, jumping on the bandwagon of the skipping plastic and whatever, and they changed everything to paper straws. But now it's come out that their straws aren't even recyclable anyway. They've got to be binned in landfill. So that's a load of shit, isn't it? Because apparently the plastic ones that they had in the first place was recyclable, and they've changed them to fucking something unrecyclable. So, you know, fucking defies belief, really, doesn't it? And they know. And so, what was the fucking point? You know what I mean? So now it's come out, they'll either have to go back or fucking create something totally new now. And apparently people, I don't know, I don't eat at McDonald's, so I wouldn't know, but apparently people are selling, I've lost the fucking thing now, where is it? People are selling the straws. Oh, here we go. McDonald's fans who hate the mushy new paper straws are paying a small fortune for the old plastic versions on eBay. One seller managed to flog a bundle of 100 unopened McDonald's plastic straws for a price of £102. Somebody's bought 100 plastic McDonald's straws for £102. You know, it's fucking stupid, isn't it? And what's this one there? There's another one there. somebody else bought one for $2.50 as well. Original McDonald's plastic straws times 46, £250. Tell you what, it's fucking mental people. You know, it ain't just reserved to people with fucking guns in America. There's mental people buying McDonald's straws for fucking, you know, buying McDonald's straws on eBay, or even going and looking for McDonald's straws. You know, I wouldn't even give that a fucking, even think to look for, to buy McDonald's straws on the internet. So like some kind of connoisseur of straws. What's this one? Victoria Beckham has a good reason not to drop even a splodge of vino as she and hubby David sank an 825 bottle of red at the weekend. Nice if you can do that. Mrs B has previously admitted that no wine costing less than a tenner will pass her lips, as she and drinking buddy Eva Longoria describe themselves as alcoholic art lovers. Well, you fucking waved off from a tenner there anyway, ain't you? £825, so, you know, don't worry, there's plenty of us left, plenty of us paupers who'll drink the £10 and below range. One day, I have actually drank champagne once, 500. A mate bought a bottle for £500 and he poured all the glasses out and someone knocked the glasses over. So fucking just seen £50 glasses just spilled all over the table. That wasn't best pleased. What we got? Owners of a restaurant called Foreign Muck in Cornwall have been accused of racism. A burger and burrito bar in Saltish, Cornwall. Subject of a complaint to the county council from a resident. He argues that the name is overtly racist and said officials have advised him to contact the police. It's actually meant to be a jibe. I don't see that. Why is that racist? It's called Foreign Muck, and it's meant to be a jibe at people who insist, I ain't eating that foreign muck, Dean said. People with a closed mind will continue to get upset. But that's not our intent. It's about laughing at ourselves. It's not racist, really. It's calling out people who are small-minded, who won't eat foreign food. But it's a fucking bit of a cryptic conundrum to have to explain every time somebody says, "Why is it called foreign muck?" Though, isn't it? So I'm not too fucking keen on the name anyway. Bit of a shit name. Imagine, because everyone's going to say, why is it called foreign muck? And you're going to have to go, well, because people say they won't eat foreign muck, so then we're fucking, you know, you have to explain that all the time, so it's, well, better off without the hassle. As you said, it's cool to call somebody saying, it's fucking racist, that is. But it's having to go at people who, it's not even racist to say I'm not eating that foreign muck. Well, I don't know. It's foreignish. You're not like fucking, you know, aiming at somebody in particular, are you? Just foreign as in outside of the UK. But small-minded. That's where I'm going to leave it. Restoration work on King Tutankhamun's 3,000-year-old sarcophagus has begun. The boy pharaoh's gold-gilded wooden coffin is very fragile state, and work to conserve it will take at least 8 months. Once restored, it will go on display at the Grand Egyptian Museum. The tomb was discovered by a British archaeologist in 1922. 3,000 years old. That's fucking, you know. And I love all that Egypt stuff. That stuff is like, you can't imagine anybody even in Egypt, making anything even similar or anything remotely like the things that they were making back then. I mean, they were way before anybody's time, weren't they? And the amount of gold and everything. I wonder where they got all the gold and all the things from, because you don't see mass availability of these kind of things in Egypt anyway. I've been to Egypt, that's what I'm saying, but I've been to the Valley of the Kings and didn't actually go to the pyramids actually, because I was in Luxor and somewhere else, but yeah, the Valley of the Kings and all that, and you went to some of the tombs Pretty fucking amazing, really. But and there's still thousands still to be found. Well, thousands, there's still lots to be found, I'm sure. But yeah, 3,000-year-old Tutankhamun. I mean, he's the main man, isn't he? Tutankhamun, the boy king. What's this? When we're looking at here? I'll do that one. Done that one. Female drugs mule has smuggled cocaine from Jamaica. Was caught smuggling it in a Charlie sport bag as a hand luggage. So not directly kind of, flowing up a flag over you, but I wouldn't have used the Charlie sport bag is what I'm trying to say if you're smuggling cocaine. It's just one of them things. It's like a subliminal, could have been a subliminal message for the guard to have a look in. Charlie, you look like a fucking cokehead, let's have a little mooch. And just to carry it in your hand luggage is a bit brazen. It's probably a bit better than that guy the other week who was trying to smuggle a fucking kilo of coke on the top of his head underneath a wig. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. That's like fucking something reserved to a Benny Hill sketch or something. Of course he got caught, and I hope the judge fucking laughs, has a fucking laugh, maybe before he gives him his sentence, because that was just hilarious. Put a coke underneath a wig, tried to walk through the airport, but she's tried to do it with a Charlie bag, and well, she's obviously in on it, but she was set up by some other guys who talked her into doing it and stuff. So unfortunately, she is going to be the fall guy, unless she fucking drops them in it for a smaller sentence or whatever. But yeah, there you go. If you're going to smuggle coke, don't do it in a fucking bag that pretty much says the nickname for coke on it. 10 million campaign will build an army of women bricklayers. Women currently made up of more than 80% of the construction. Men currently make up more than 80% of the construction industry, and they want to diversify it and get more women to do bricklaying. I mean, obviously, women have got to want to do the bricklaying first of all, but if the door should just be open. So why are they having to do a campaign? It should just be open for men and women. Maybe they're just doing it as advertising or whatever. But yeah, you don't see women's. Imagine the women up on Wolfly. Maybe they'll be up there whistling me as I walk past. I doubt it, but that'll sort of break that kind of situation, that kind of attitude on the building sites, and that's a good thing. More women builders, scaffolders. There's probably some fucking heavy birds. But the man's the office worker, and the woman comes back from scaffolding or from hod carrying all day. Roles reversal, isn't it? But if they can do it, all good. Do anything, can't you? Men can do, work in what would be predominantly thought of as a women's job. Doesn't really matter, does it? Look at the football, women's football. I thought that was brilliant. I watched it and I was, I wasn't like I was going to say I was surprised in, but I've never seen it because they don't show it, do they? So they made a point of showing it on all the TV programs. So I got to see it. So and I wasn't surprised in the sense I was surprised, but I really enjoyed it. Is what I'm trying to say. And they were like, "Fuck me, that one goal, one of the best goals I've ever seen." And so there you go. 1 in 5 women would be happy to be picked up for a date in a van. That's good because I've got a van. 21. Oh, actually, that's not that good because only 1 in 5. So that's not a good average. 21% claimed that they would love it if a suitor arrived in a Ford Transit or Citroen Berlingo. Maybe it's one of these girls that's going to be on the building site. bricklayer girl wouldn't mind somebody turning up in a Ford Transit. She might help you, get you to move a load of bricks and that for them. A lot of building stuff. 1810 would be thrilled with a pickup truck date. The Problem of 1,000 Women by leasing company Vanarama. Yeah. Like I said, well, maybe I need another set of wheels just for that kind of situation then. I don't, you know, I normally, if I'm going to drink, I don't drive anyway, so I don't pick them up. I meet them there. Well, I don't meet anybody there, really. I'm not really, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Let's move on. Paul, what's his name? British Bake Off dude. He's finished. He's the girl. Paul Hollywood. He's got like a young girlfriend, hasn't he? And well, he had a young girlfriend. He hasn't got her no more. She's done one. Or he's kicked her out, one of the two, but he tried to get her to sign a disclaimer saying that she couldn't, a gagging order that she couldn't say anything about his private life, or their private life. And she wouldn't sign it, so they had a row, and he told her, why don't you fuck off back on the horse you rode in on? So expect the warts and all show and tell fucking story to come out anytime soon after he's done that. So kind of got the opposite of what you wanted, because you've wanted to get her signed a gagging order, you've booted her out, she hasn't signed it, and she's got the story, therefore no gag. She's got no money because apparently she's got no rights to any of his money, because this is good advice for anybody who wants to gold dig. You've got to be living with the guy for up to 12 months, and she's only moved in a few months ago, so she's not entitled to any of his money. But 12 months, if you can hold out for 12 months, you get your hands on all that lovely lolly. I'm not saying that was her intention in the first place, but she might have made a rick there. So if he's not got no money coming that way, I mean, she's 24, he's 53, so I'm not saying anything. But she wasn't intending to work on a building site anytime soon, but she might have to now because she's got to walk out with her own money. She's got 5 horses as well. She's got to keep them, so that story is going to come out in a book, guaranteed. The former barmaid kept their Chihuahua and the Rottweiler, while he kept a £35 pink-beaked Plymouth Rock chicken called Karen, and several other unnamed hens. So they got a chicken called Karen, pink-beaked. That would have been good to. You should have took that down to fucking Gay Pride. That would have been a novelty down there, but otherwise it's odd in any other situation. A pink big chicken called Karen. Yep. So that's all over. The bridge has caught fire on that one. The motor's come up, whatever it is. Not the motor. Right, nearly. How long have we got? I'm gonna finish up soon. 6 in 10 parents admit to looking up an answer for their kids' homework, pretending that they knew it all along. Nearly half go online to solve math problems, with a third also seeking science help. But they shouldn't be doing it anyway, should they? The kids should be doing the homework. If anything, you should tell your kids to Google it and do it themselves. You know what I mean? If you're going to cheat, just well, yeah, you're cheating, are you? Just tell the kids that's how you're going to find the answer if you don't know it. So you Google it, and then I don't have to do. You don't do your kids' homework for them, do you? Oh, that's a shit one. Chic hitmaker Nile Rodgers, 66, has revealed he sleeps on a £500,000 4-poster Chinese Qing Dynasty bed. So you know, nice again. If you've got it, sleeps on a £500,000 bed. I couldn't even imagine walking in or thinking about spending that kind of money on a bed. I wonder if you paid that much for it. But that has got to be. Is he single? That's got to be the fucking love machine, isn't it? I mean, you've got to kind of you're rotating the women if you're going to sleep on a £500,000 four-poster bed. You can't just like, you know. You get what I'm trying to say. I mean, he's got to have that. That is like the. You know, women don't want to be picking up. 1 in 5 people want to be picked up in a van from a date. 5 in 5 women want to be taken back and put on a £500,000 fucking four-poster bed. Unfortunately, I don't have that. I've got the transit, so. Right, okay. What's this stuff here? Have I done all that? No, I've done that. Eamon Holmes has never been drunk. Is that news? 59-year-old says he's got a phobia of being sick, and it's a condition, natural condition called emetobophobia. Means he barely touches a drop of booze because he's scared of the idea of being sick. And he said, I went to a boys only school. I'm going to tell the whole story, but he said, I went to a boys only school and they all wanted to get. No, so he worked in a bar as a teenager, which also put him off ever drinking. Seeing his school pals sozzled, he said, I went to a boys only school and all I wanted to do was get rat-assed and drink, and I thought, I see nothing attractive about this. They're just lying in the corner throwing up, and that's all what they're doing. Pretty true, really, at that age. I've been in some horrible situations at that age, and you just don't have the stomach or the fucking handle for the stuff that you're drinking, do you? Oh, horrible, horrible feelings when you're throwing up on drink. How many people, I know but nobody's watching anyway, but how many people have ever said, if I can just survive this night, I'll fucking never drink again. Never, ever, ever, ever again. That feeling that you've got at the time when you're throwing up or feeling sick, and you say that to yourselves, whether you're around the toilet or whatever, that's what you're saying. I'll never, ever, ever again. And fucking next week comes, you bang at it again. Some never learn. Yeah, man. I don't like getting drunk, but I still do. But I don't fucking go crazy like that. I'll have to accidentally got too drunk, you know, when somebody starts handing around the fucking shots. Right, okay. Gonna wrap this up. Done that one. Right, I'm going to finish up on this one. Britain's most hated soap villain, Alex Ferns, is being terrorised by a rampaging gang of angry baboons. Who? You thinking? Who the fuck's he on about? Who? Alex Ferns. Britain's most hated soap villain, Alex Ferns, is being terrorised by a rampaging gang of baboons. That's. I tell you, it looks really young there. I was thinking I recognise that face, and it's EastEnders. The guy used to be Trevor in EastEnders. He's the most hated soap villain. Well, I thought Nasty Nick was in the EastEnders, but apparently it's this guy. He now lives in South Africa with his family in Cape Town, and their dream life is being ruined by a fucking gang of angry baboons who are burgling him and robbing all shit out of the house and the garden and everything like that. So what's he got? He now spends his time away from the house, adding, if I'm not on the beach, I'm in the gun range. So they have to shoot him with paintball pellets or something or other. So where's he there? He used to terrorise little Mo Slater. That's it. That's what I wondered who he was. I don't watch EastEnders, by the way. That was back years ago when fucking you kind of knew who was in the EastEnders, but I can't think of anything fucking worse than watching that programme. Anyway, he's been terrorised by baboons, so he'll be back, and he'll be back in the soap because they all rotate around, don't they? He'll be back at some point. Or did he get killed? Don't know. But yeah, so if you're thinking about moving to South Africa, ask the neighbours what it's like for baboons around there. Otherwise, you might find yourself in in the same situation. So, all right, okay. So, thanks a lot for watching. going to try and get them done all week this week. So I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.